oftentimes those that don't score the tries are the ones doing most of the work. Hancock. Sedaris. Langer. Inside. Dummy. And trying to keep it off the ground. He was thinking of getting a pass away. Walters in a dummy half. Puts the kick in. Oh, Kevin. A bit too much breakfast for the number 6. Kevin Walters. Great understanding of each other, Langer and Walters. And it's just another perfect example of a Kangaroo party that's come away with 2 great sets of halves. As Warrington make a change, and that is Tees coming back on and taking the place of Bruce Maguire. And here's Australia getting a chance. A cheap offering by Warrington, and Saylor takes it within 8 metres of the line. Lazarus, inside ball. Ferner is with it. There's the uprights. Sedaris, and turning it back for Seranen to go without it. And we come back out now for the 10-metre scrum. And Warrington will have the feed and the head. Seranen disappointed in his inability to handle the pass. Maloney. That's Hilton.
The Kangaroo camp starting to look much more healthy these days. Went through a period there mid-tour where quite a few injuries were starting to present themselves, but now Michael Hancock is back on deck. Sedaris, of course, back from those cracked ribs. Good ball out wide to Harris. Puts the step on Hancock, not successful. The ideal time for the Australians to be in good health as they come up to that deciding 3rd test.
Mackie turning it in for Derbyshire. Then away from Harris. And I fancy that's the fullback up in the back line. It is Penny. Mackie once more. Now Maloney. Pass has been put down. Serenen's there to clean it up. Cullen, the offender for Warrington. Langer. Walters. Hill. Defence not giving Terry Hill very much room to move in. And Walters finds himself a dummy half and scooting away from there. Sedaris now. Seranen. Menzies. (18-0). 4 tries. And here's Hill running onto a nice pass from Kevin Walters. Is this to be his first? Yes! Terry Hill gets a try.
And to be especially pleased with that one. He said that he hadn't scored one on tour. That would have been in the back of his mind. And he showed great strength to burst through 3 defenders to score that try. The fullback made a mistake here, Luke Penny. He stayed back and didn't come forward quickly. Terry Hill burst through 2 defenders there. You can see the fullback is staying back. If he'd have come forward, had a much better chance of wrapping up Terry Hill, but didn't do so, and Hill under the posts.
I think Terry Hill will be very, very pleased about this. He's had a tremendous tour up to now. He started playing well when it matters, and really, this is top-class centre play. He knows what he's going to do. The fullback, no chance whatsoever, and makes it look easy.
So 22 points to 0. And David Ferner from right in front adds a further 2. 24-0 then, the Kangaroos over Warrington.
Can TV's Uncontrollables be trusted outdoors?
I find that hard to believe.
Saturday, 4-for-1, Tina Arena and Darryl Braithwaite join Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs and David Dixon.
Hey, it's the Grand Prix.
Saturday, 6:30 on Channel 9.
24 hours a day, 365 days a year, in over 120 countries around the world. You're never a stranger.
24 points to 0 down. Saylor returns the kick-off from Warrington. Sumner has gone back on for the home side. And Mark Hilton has been replaced.
I think it'll be a little bit concerning with these subbies. Really seem to be coming on out the crowd. There's about 7 substitutes Warrington's had, but Wendell Surley seems to be taking quite a lot of attention, and him and Terry Hill have had very, very good games tonight.
The scrum to be fed by Warrington, giving them one of their better opportunities. Maloney running at Hill, and Brasher comes over the top. Mackey indicates they'll keep going to the right, and that they do through Sanderson. Not a great deal of pressure put on the Australians in the first 2 plays. Mackey goes back to the blind side, and they put it down, and he's offside if he touches it. And play on, says the referee. Sanderson went to put his hands on it and immediately pulled away. This is Sidaris. Just getting up, clutching at his lower rib cage. Hancock not held. Bumping them off one after the other.
I think Bobby Fulton will really be happy with that. Seeing Michael Hancock come through, his shoulder injury, he looks 100% okay.
Walters. Smith giving a pass on the run around for Walters.
Despite the scoreline tonight, it's been good for the Australians that the latter games, the latter club games, have been far more competitive than what we saw earlier in the tour. Very disappointing, the likes of Leeds. Cumbria, we expected a big scoreline. Everyone except Sheffield has been pretty stern opposition, and that applies to Warrington tonight, St Helens the other night, definitely. I think that's what Bob Fulton would like, some tougher opposition at this level before the tests. Langer then, drilling it down towards the corner and the line. The bring back is there for full back, is it? Yes, Penny. So Warrington coming away off their own line through Harris. I've been disappointed with Harris tonight. Looking forward to him playing again. Very impressed with the way that he played down in Cardiff. Just wonder whether in the back of his mind he's got that under-21s game just in mind for next week. We thought that he might have got stuck in out here despite being in the unusual position of centre. Last tackle now. 30 metres out from their own line. Warrington without points on the board, trailing 24-0 as Brasher heads up the ground and beyond the 20-metre line, reaches the 30. Walters. Saylor. 2 tries for Saylor. And just prior to half-time, and again 1 in the second half. 14-0 at half-time, and now converted into 24-0. And he's been great tonight, Paul Sirinen. Spent a lot of this tour up in the front row position. That's not easy as Ferner puts the step on. Mentioned that players were coming back from injury. Of course, Paul Harrigan out tonight with a knee injury. Disappointing tour for the Chief, I would imagine. Missing the first 3 games through suspension. Not being able to get into the test side. But Sirinen has done a great job being pushed up out of that second row to the front of the engine room.
I think there's a little chip over and just a little bit too far. But I think Bobby Fulton really, Peter, with this game tonight, will be pleased with the performance of all the team because it's been a good workout for him.
Harris taken down by Florimo and cleaning up over the top Jason Smith. 45 wins in a row in other than test matches over the last 16 years of Kangaroo touring sides. It's some record, keeping in mind that there was a time just before all of that plenty of sides in England, club sides, St Helens, Alex, and this club Warrington have racked up quite a few wins over the Kangaroos.
Yeah, I think in the 60s and 70s, Ray, I think the St Helens and Warrington used to give the Kangaroos one hell of a game. I can remember Bobby Fulton, when he played for Warrington here, being on the receiving end, some very, very heavy punishments, and I was one of them who give him a little bit.
Kick, even though he was under extreme pressure by Greg Mackey, is a good one. Saylor has the job of getting back. He'll do that easily. And making the tackle over the top is Gary Tees, who spent a good portion of the game on the bench. 9 minutes of the game remaining, 24-0. Brasher out wide. Trouble if he gets through. Smith.
I think the thinking behind this Warrington side being confident tonight would have been, they may have thought the Kangaroos suffering some sort of headache after the weekend's performance in maybe more ways than one. They'd have had a big celebration. It was such an important game for the Kangaroos to win that second match and keep, or test match, and keep the test series alive. I'm sure the players went out and enjoyed themselves, and coming here tonight, it would have been tough just to get the mind back on the job, but they've done it admirably as Penny brings the ball back on the outside of Florimo, but can't beat. Great tackle from the North Sydney player.
So Warrington just outside their own 20-metre line, and this is Sumner. And the touch judges come in. I don't know that it's Sheridan, it might be Jason Smith. Referee Robert Connolly has had a busy night, and Jason Smith it is. It's a forearm as he goes in over the top of Serenan's tackle. There it is.
I think it was the forearm smash on the floor, actually. I don't think there was a lot in that, really, but I would think more than anything now, Peter, that Warrington, or the crowd in particular, would be looking for a score of some kind.
Well, they're pretty ordinary supporters if they're not, Alex. But they've got to be impressed with the effort that's gone in tonight. They haven't been able to match the class of their opposition, but I think, yeah, it'll be a fitting thing for them to get across the line, because they've worked hard. They've been creative to the extent that they've been allowed to keep the ball alive at times by the Australians, but the scrambling from the Kangaroos has been excellent.
Sanderson, down by Langer. Typical Alfie tackle. Mackey. Maloney. Sanderson. Bennett is on in 15 for Warrington at dummy half. Mackey puts the little chip over, the reverse kick. Chance was there. Menzies cleans up. And Bennett comes in late. The Kangaroos didn't like the late tackle of Bennett.
Yeah, cheap shot.
Menzies.
There. We saw a cheap shot from Jason Smith at the far end. We've just seen another one there from Andy Bennett. Steve Menzies had cleaned the ball up well. Nice little move from Mackey, kicking for another player. And the number 15 has only been on there a matter of seconds. Just have a look at this. Very, very ordinary stuff.
I think what he's trying to do there, Peter, is win his spurs, but I think that's the wrong way to go about it. He's only 18, 19, the kid, and he'll not get much older doing things like that.
The crowd comes alive as tempers begin to fray. The Kangaroos trying to keep their cool. Sometimes some cheap shooters try to make their name. They try to feast out on much more talented footballers.
Well,
now Mackey's being called out with Langer, the captains.
Sorry, Ray. A genuine sign of toughness are the blokes who are prepared to get in the defensive line and hit somebody with the shoulder under the ribs as they're coming at them flat out. It's not diving on a man already on the ground. The penalty going to the Australians. David Furner about to find touch. He does so 30 out from his own line, 40 out from his own line. Just now got to keep a lid on things here. I think the referee's done a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah, I think Robert Connolly is one of our better referees, really, and I think you've got to be happy with his performance tonight. I think Australia have had a good workout, and they've never been able to match. Warrington's never been able to match him, but it's been a good contest.
This is Lazarus. David Fernut. Wall of defence confronting David. He almost was able to come out the other side. Langer. Walters. Tees coming in underneath, snapping the legs from under Kevin Walters. And David Fairley is back on. There was a suggestion that Brad Fittler was starting to stretch. I doubt very much that they'd want to use Fittler in the match. So the ball out on the full. 24-0 Australia at Wilderspool.
A renegade cop
They save the best. He is.
tracking a vicious killer. It has no motive. It gives no warning. And it strikes in a split second.
Harley!
Blade Runner's Rutger Hauer.
I can hear your heartbeat.
He knows it's out there.
Show me your face.
He knows what it can do. Toyota brings you Split Second
Nice timing.
at the special adult time 9 o'clock Saturday on Channel 9.
When you receive AAMI's lifetime maximum no-claim bonus, it's yours for life, no matter how many accidents you have. Call Amy on 132244.
Wow. Oh, that's really good.
What's that?
Oh, this AAMI ad. Look.
All right.
When you receive AAMI's
AAMI's
lifetime maximum
maximum
no-claim bonus,
bonus.
it's yours for life, no matter how many accidents you have.
Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's an amazing offer, actually, really,
it's
when
a
you think about it.
fantastic offer, yep.
Hey, where are you off to then? You're going to give him a call?
Give him a call. Oh, no. No, I'm just putting the kettle on.
Oh.
Fancy a cup?
Yeah, duh. I might have one of those bickies, too. Lucky, always Amy.
Well, I don't know if all that's true. You got me, baby, I got you. I got you, babe.
When you're hot and dry.
Play by Bennett. We bring you back to the lead coverage of yet another of the tour matches. Sanderson. 30 metres out. Bennett a dummy half. Now Roper. Good run by the centre. And who do you think ankle tapped him? Lazarus, the ball to ground. Referee rules the ball went forward, no try. But who do you think it was that intercepted Jonathan Roper with a little ankle tap? It was Glenn Lazarus.
You've got to be very, very happy about this fella. A prop forward, a number 10. This fella's getting fitter. Look where he is. He's in the right place at the right time and stops a certain try.
Exactly the move we saw Warrington put on earlier in the match, which nearly resulted in a break for Jonathan Roper. That time straight through. Big front rower coming across. Didn't have the speed to come up with a proper tackle, but the ankle tap was sufficient. Now Langer very slowly coming back to the scrum. Not long to go in this game.
Just a reminder, 8:30 Monday night, you'll see the Bradford Northern game.
Now, hang on. That did not go in the scrum. It did not. I see some things in this game.
What are you worried about? Does it really matter?
No, not at all, but it's the first time I've never seen the ball go in the scrum.
I'm sick and tired of arguing that the ball should go in the centre, so why worry about it?
I told you, I was the only one who ever put it in the centre. Alex never went anywhere near it, but at least he'd throw it into the scrum.
The crowd roars encouragement for Warrington as they try to deal out some punishment to the Kangaroos.
I must admit, Peter, I used to practice that every week.
Now Florimo. Here's a halfback, in fact two halfbacks, worried that the ball didn't go in the scrum at all.
He threw it between his own legs, Alan Langer. That was as good as I've seen. I've got to get that one on tape. And there he is now, stepping back inside under pressure, gets the ball away to Furner, who gets some sort of kick in, and It'll work for the Kangaroos here.
The scrum will go down about 23 metres out from the Kangaroos line.
We were just thinking...
We actually have halfbacks here concerned about the feeding of the scrum. Now, mayhem as Florimo and Walters collide. 24-0.
I think it was a little bit of a problem of get your call right, lads, because nobody obviously called, both players running the same spot. But Ray, it's amazing how much confidence that second test has given the Australian camp. Everybody in the camp has lifted the game, and they look on cloud 9.
Mackie now. Maloney away from Ferner, but lost ground as Langer picked him off with Fairley. 30 metres out from the Kangaroos line. And Roper. Brasher. Across like the will-o'-the-wisp. Now. Players surging in.
Yeah, this was always a danger of happening. Timmy Brasher, I think, is a little bit to blame here as well. He didn't need to carry on with anything. Tempers have been very short out there for a while. This is the last thing that is needed. It's been a good willing contest. There's been plenty of high stuff. We've still got 26 players out there. There, Roper was forced out. The crowd appealed for a penalty. Steve Menzies, it would have been difficult for him to pull out, but I do think you'll find that Tim Brasher really could have just turned his back and walked away.
I don't think there was a lot wrong with that, really, Peter. I think both players went in. He tried to sandwich him. I don't think there was anything intention, but Brasher did carry on the incident. He's not happy with it. They pull him down here, and he takes a little bit of a... Well, it's nothing, really, is it? Then he gets stuck in. Yeah, Muhammad Ali at his best.
I want to know what the security guard thought he was going to do. He's walked in out of the crowd. I don't know what part he thought he was going to play.
He's there to protect the players. If I was him, I'd stay at the other side of that wall.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see which way it does go. Brasher pushed out, but it was the Warrington player who, I guess, did throw the first one. It's gone to Warrington, the penalty. The touch judge still conferring. They're both touch judges with the referee. Alan Langer being called back out. Wendell Saylor has got involved with a lot of stuff tonight. Langer being pushed away or motioned away.
It seems they're keen to talk again with Tim Brasher. They're going to try and fit somebody with something.
Well, I think you'll find here that the referee will do it right. He'll just say, oh, look, we've had a great game. Let's forget about it. I'll be very surprised if he puts him in the sim bin. Very, very surprised.
I just saw Greg Mackey walk across, and I've got a feeling Greg has appealed to the officials to leave. Just leave everything intact.
There's the card. 10 minutes in the bin.
Replay of the incident again.
I don't think there was a lot in this, really, Peter. I think Brasher here just gets a little bit annoyed. He's trying to pull him down. And I think when you know, he just did have a pull and a push. And I think that did start a little bit of fisticuffs. But that's what rugby's about.
So Warrington are 10 metres out from the line, desperate to score. But it's all over. The siren has beaten them, has beaten their aspirations. And Australia march away with this victory of 24 points to 0. Spiteful at times, but nevertheless, it gave the Australians plenty of cause to stay alert. It wasn't, as Peter pointed out, an easy one for them, like a couple of the early matches were on tour. The crowd appreciative. Saylor 2, Menzies, Brasher, and Hill scored tries. Rousing reception. Ferner, 2 goals. 24 points to 0. We'll take a break and come back to Wilderspool with Peter Sterling and Alex Murphy in just a moment.
Coming up on Nightline, good news on jobs could mean bad news on interest rates. Brisbane and Canberra in the cold as other clubs sign with the league establishment. Michael Schumacher prepares for the Adelaide Grand Prix. Join us next.